In addition to that, I was thinking this morning and I was having a conversation with people. And I was having a conversation with Rita last night. And I was saying, Rita, I was just looking in my garage because I was online and I was about to buy another car. Society has progressed to a state to where it is beyond anything that we ever dreamed of. Okay, Siri. Thank you. Society has progressed to a state to where you can literally just go online and just buy a new car without even blinking and thinking about it. Transfer the money there, right then and there, and then be going to pick that mug up. And depending on the car, and if you have to custom order it, you can literally just buy another car right away. But um, I was thinking about buying another car, and I was telling Rita, I said, I'm strongly considering completely divesting myself from a lot of these different products. And the more that I know, the more that I don't want to know. But then now I've taken that red pill and I'm going down the lane and we no longer into the matrix. I'm observing and I'm paying attention and I'm like, Porsche's owned by Volkswagen. Why should I drive a Porsche in my next car? Mercedes is a German-owned company. At some time ago, they were the enemy of America. But because capitalism reigns supreme and choices and things like that, people can do whatever it is that they want to do. And I was having a conversation. I said, General Motors tend to become a more political company. And they talking about pulling their ads out of Twitter because they don't like Elon Musk. And so they taking a position. And you guys have already known. I've been taking a position for a long time. I actually got like a whole bunch more shoes that I'm getting rid of and things like that. And so I've been taking a position specifically as I learn to divest myself against the brands that I don't really even care for. But the thing that I'm trying to understand is, when did we become so infatuated with things that's not our own? Before we get into it. Oh, and before I really deep dive into it, I do want to give y'all some information. I was talking to Bernard Robinson, which is the father of Shanquella Robinson, last night. And then we was talking or texting back and forth this morning. And the petition, he would like for you guys to sign a petition at change.org forward slash Shanquella. Change.org/Shanquella. SHANQUELLA. Change.org /Shanquella. Also, keep the pressure up. I'm proud of y'all. I appreciate y'all for continuing to keep the pressure up on the Mexican authorities and your U.S. State representatives, your legislature, your Congress, so on and so forth. So make sure we continue to hold them down. I'm going to be announcing that and making sure that I remind y'all, hopefully every single morning in December, because we don't want this story to die. We want to continue to do the thing that's in our best interest. But as I continue to learn and as I continue to push, right, I was thinking to myself, like, when did we become a foreign first country? When did we become a foreign first people? When did we become a people in a general sense? When we thinking about the community, when did we become a people that were more infatuated with things that were outside of what it is that we were doing versus the things that is best for us? And I'll give you an example, right? Me, if I take a deep dive into myself, and I looked at myself in the mirror this morning, and I was praying, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm black. For all intents and purposes, I don't identify as black because I think that black is just a color. But for the sake of conversation, I'm black, African American, right? I'm a man. I'm a father. I'm an American. And I'm a Christian. And so when I start to take that into consideration and I'm starting to evaluate the things that mean the most to me, when I see actions that happen in society that I don't agree with, for example, Disney, I think that Disney has been playing a very, very, very big role in shaping what we normalize and championing causes for the alphabet community and becoming more of a political company and things like that. And so I said, you know what? I'm no longer going to see a Marvel movie. I don't miss it. I don't care about it. I don't have to see it. It doesn't do anything for me. I got rid of the ESPN app. I've got rid of Disney Plus, and I no longer watch Hulu. I don't really care for the stance that Adidas is taking, and it's a foreign company. I don't care for the stance that they've taken as far as stealing content and property from Kanye and things like that. So I divested myself against them. I started buying other shoes from other shoe manufacturers that I can closely identify and I can research. 99 products, I rock with you. Omi and Hellcat, the reloaded shoes, I love them. Nike also. I don't care for the stance that they've taken on a lot of these issues, including Kyrie. I don't have to continue to support them. I was looking at all of the products and stuff like that I buy, and I'm glad that Elon Musk tweeted that he likes Apple because I was about to move over into Android. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he tweeted that they got it together because now I can take a position either way. And it may be a little bit more difficult for us to take a position on certain things, but other things I think that we need to start reevaluating who's having conversations where and why it is that they're taking a political position instead of just putting together a product. American-made manufacturers. I'm going to bring it back to the whole cars conversation. Y'all all know I got a Tesla, I got a Porsche, I got a Mercedes, and I got a Hyundai, right? I'm glad that Hyundai has not participated in having these conversations because I really like their products. That's my personal car. My business cars. I said, you know what? I might have to divest myself against Porsche and Mercedes simply because why shouldn't I support American-made companies when I start to evaluate who it is that I am as a person? The only true American manufacturers of cars that I love and support right now, it's only 3. And you can remove Chrysler out of that conversation, even though they are here. Chrysler is Stellantis. They're not even owned by us anymore. You got Ford. God bless Ford. Not the Fords that own the Detroit Lions. It's the same family, but you got Ford. You got Tesla, in which my next car is probably going to be a Tesla. And you got Rivian. Ford, Tesla, and Rivian. General Motors has started to play the political game. And so I said, you know what? I am going to start rocking with primarily all American-made companies. Because how do you really show that you stand for anything? It ain't what you say online. That's just the reinforcing. When you start to talk and I say communication is 10% what you say and 90% what you do. It's the body language and it's the actions. Love is an action word. The way that you show that you love something is, or you support something is with your money. Is where you spend your dollar. Is where you invest your money. It's who it is that you support. Because let's be clear, money is power. I don't know what they told you. I don't know what they taught you. I don't care what it is that people are telling you. Money, resources determine and dictate who's going to do what where. Why do you think that there's so many advertising dollars from different PACs that's influencing elections? How do you think that you're subconsciously marketed to? They don't even have to do it in your face anymore. What they'll do is they'll say, okay, we need to invest in prisons because it's going to be incredibly profitable. So in order to invest in the prison industrial complex, because we know we're going to make a lot of money, all we have to do is put people in place to then promote the things that's not best for you in your community, such as rap music, which then influences what goes on so that we can continue to keep our prisons filled. When you have intelligent people and they're able to execute more effectively behind the scenes and then use their resources to do so, that's where your true love and your actions are. And so as I've continued to navigate, I said, you know what? I'm putting my money behind Bernard Robinson with Shanquilla because we know that Black Lives Matter and no political organization, including all of your politicians and all of these so-called organizers, they not going to really come for the things that really mean anything. They bought and paid for by the establishment. We know that. I choose not to rock with certain brands that then come to me and email me and then reach out to me and say, Anton, we want to partner with you because it does not align with my moral compass, my principles, and more importantly, I wouldn't use the product, so I would never pitch it to you guys. The people that I put on my payroll and that I rock with, they bag chasers. They've been rolling with me. They look like me. They participate and they've been loyal to me. So those are the people that I put on and I spend my dollars with the people that are a part of my community. And those are the people that I invest with. Shout out to the bag chasers. Because let me tell you something. Top of the year, Probably February, we doing another investor series. If you're familiar with the investor series that I did last year, if you go into the Patreon, the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, as well as, and I am literally uploading a video right after this live stream that is going to be dropping on the Patreon. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you tap in. It is a 2-hour video. There is no better Patreon on the face of this planet than what we doing over in the Bag Chasers. Tap into the Discord right after that so you can align with your network. Last year, I did an investor series where I gave everybody that pitched me that had a great idea, either I gave you feedback on how it is that you can do things differently, and I thought it was only going to be one day, and it wound up being multiple different days that we did the investor series. And my Bag Chaser said, Anton, let me pitch this to you like Shark Tank style. And we did the investor series, and I gave seed money for people to be able to start their businesses. No restrictions, no requirements. I wired the money, and then I did a follow-up video to show y'all that I was wiring the money to the people because I am a man of my word. I love my people. I love my Bag Chasers. I love the people that rock with me, and I support everything that aligns with the thing that I believe in. I don't always get it right. I'm learning as I go. I'm evolving. I'm becoming a different person every single day, hopefully better. Sometimes I take a step back so I can take 3 steps forward. But I want you guys to start evaluating who it is that you support, who you align with, and where you put your dollars. Me personally, my next 2 vehicles will be a Rivian. Shout out to RJ Scarange. He's literally from here in Michigan. Makes a great, and his headquarters is right here in Michigan. Makes a phenomenal, and I'm invested in a company. And Tesla. When I get rid of the Porsche, when I get rid of the Benz, I'll get a Rivian and I'll get a Tesla because those are true American companies that put together the products and align with the direction of my life. We got the investor series coming up with the Bag Chasers next year, early next year. So for those of y'all that are in the Patreon, you need to get in there now. Today is literally the first of the month. There has never been a better day to get involved in the Patreon than the first of the month. You get the most value, it's cheap as hell, and you get to get an opportunity. If you don't have a business idea, you can at least tune into the live stream that we're going to do exclusively, and I might even bring in a couple of friends, neither here nor there, so that you can get some inspiration. But if you have an idea and you need seed money for your business, you don't got to go to a fucking bank where they're going to charge you egregious interest fees. You ain't got to try to figure out how you're going to finance your business or your restaurant or your mobile truck or your detailing business or your home security business or whatever it is that you have to pitch. You don't have to go nowhere but inside of the group that I've created for you in this oasis, the real Wakanda in real life for the Bag Chasers. We doing New Year's Eve, rooftop, Miami, gonna be popping. Patreon exclusive meetup, retreat next year, mastermind session, best interviews that will never be censored or released on YouTube. And we got the investor series and the build a business series restarting up next year. You don't have to go to no fucking bank. Anton put his money behind his people and he don't even charge you no interest rate and he don't even ask you for the money back. Who you know on YouTube that's doing that? Who you know as a rapper, content creator, entertainer, basketball player, or so-called investor that's truly pouring back into his people in real life, and I ain't even got the spotlight yet. I ain't even remotely as big as I'm going to be. And I've been pouring into my people since I had 40,000 subscribers. I've been putting my own fucking money up to make sure that my people is taken care of. Where's your organizations? Where your politicians at that's rich as fuck? Who pouring into you? Who mentoring your sons? Yeah. Some of y'all reached out to me. Anton, my son need a mentor. All right. Send them over to me. I'm going to fly him out to Detroit. Show him what real life look like. Following up on the promise that I made Kevin Samuels when we was putting this thing together and nobody even knew about it. You ain't even know about that, did you? Who you know that's pouring into your kids, into your community, into your businesses that... Where's your pro-black people that's supposedly doing it? You know what they do? Let me tell you what they do. They take your money, they feed you poison, and they leave you with nothing but destruction. Y'all been pouring more money in. Listen, I don't know Umar Johnson personally. Hopefully I can sit down with him one day. But y'all been pouring money into this fucking school for 10 years. I've been pouring money into you. So that's my little stand on the corner on my soapbox preaching, sir, preachamony this day. Shout out to y'all. Anyway, again, like I said, link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm always going to hold my people down as long as I got breath in my body. You come first. I'm going to try to get Rita to boost the budget. Rita be like, Anton, you giving away $40,000, $50,000. Rita, we got to support the people. We got to love the people. We can't take none of this shit with us, but we can change the trajectory of somebody else's life or the direction of somebody else's life, and we can change somebody else's legacy by maybe helping them, giving them the information that they need in order to be successful from a business perspective, and then even funding it. What good is the information if somebody don't actually give you the steps in order to take or give you the platform or the vision or the money and all of the resources in order to be what good is giving you the information, teaching you how to fish if you ain't even got a rod? You ain't got a rod, you don't know where the water is. You don't know the difference between fresh water and salt water. What good is the information that the people give you if they don't even give you the ability to get yourself out of the situation? I'm not only going to throw the ladder down, but I'm going to walk you up that bitch, and we gonna take over the world because you and me together can pull 10 times our weight. Now imagine if it's 10,000 of us that we going to do next year. Shout out to my bag chasers. Let's get it, y'all. Anyways, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and then make sure that you support the channel by sharing this with everybody else, your family and friends, because nobody is doing what we're doing over here at the Bag Chasers.